Advice for real estate brokers. How to protect your buyer if your buyer is paying money on behalf of a seller. Now, there can be different scenarios why buyer is paying on behalf of a seller. For example, there is a deal where the seller wants to sell the property to the buyer and the seller has certain outstanding. For example, it can be a payment plan, let's say. If seller doesn't have money to pay for it, buyer usually pays for the seller to developer in order to get the NOC and then do a property transfer. There are three things that you have to do. Step number one, you have to mention in the contract F that buyer will be paying on behalf of a seller, for example, 1 million dirham to Miras. In case if the property transfer does not happen within this current agreement, then the seller is responsible to return all the paid amount by the buyer to the buyer within 3 working days. Step number two, you take a counter check from a seller under the name of a buyer for the equivalent, for the equal amount what buyer is paying on behalf of a seller to close his debt. Now, this check will be kept by the real estate agency. It is only for a security purpose. And step number three,